All right, welcome back to the playbook. Making sure audio is working per usual. If apparently the stream is very blood. There we go. Okay, there we go.
It's drilling in the slidey toes. Did Garen Gimble in the way?
Yes, that. Welcome back. We got a really very emotional, busy session today. Before we begin, does anybody have any announcements? Sorry, I did not ask earlier, but does anybody have any announcements? Okay.
Oh, I mean, I got to just yet again, as a reminder from last week, hopefully, not this weekend, but next weekend, we'll be doing Extra Life 24-hour gaming. Money goes to charity, goes to Lawyer Children's Hospital. There's links on my profile, so if you find me, come click on those. I think we're at like 203. Usual goes like $1,000. So if we can hit it, cool. If not, fucking happens. The world's weird right now. But yeah, feel free to hop on over, throw a little bit of cash my way, and make it rain, and I appreciate it.
Love cash money. Out of that,
I do want to point out, Joe, our faces are on different title cards.
Oh shit! I'm here. I'm alive.
I'm dead.
I don't know how everything got mixed
up. I rule this realm.
That's different.
Val,
okay,
how does
fair
it
enough.
feel to be a queen?
All right, let me move some stuff around.
Kind of a drag.
Let's see. So
I believe the last time I was one was the Scottish play, so that didn't turn out very well.
Boop. Everybody's gonna look weird for a second. Dude.
Da, 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 da.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go there, and there we go. All right, now with that fixed, a couple other announcements. We have we'll be announcing the winners for the 5-bar contest this Thursday. If you did get some raffle tickets, try to make sure you're there Thursday. If you're not, you can still win. We'll just call you. But we're going to take that time to actually create characters and talk about the one shot. The one shot we played around 4 to 5 on Saturday. And it'll be about a few hours long, and then I'll be running a second one shot for the wedding party. So you still have a chance to get raffle tickets. I will have the timer all the way up to 6:30 p.m. Thursday, and I'll announce everything at 7. Last thing is, it sounds like we have committed to doing a final session in person. Most likely in January. In January, we're going to be doing a live in-person session. Putting calendars, it's gonna be a really cool thing we're gonna set up. Because of it, I need to update some tech. I do not have it up there right now, but I would greatly appreciate it that once I have a donation counter on there, throw in whatever you can. It will help me upgrade tech so we can get proper audio and video for listening and viewing pleasure. We have Echoes tomorrow. We will be resuming Star Wars on Friday. So if you've been missing out on some Star Wars, we will be resuming that Friday where we left off, with a little bit of a change of a story because the story got kind of a little jumbled in the last one. But the role play, the progress for the characters will still be there. We'll have a new player jumping in as kind of a druid alternate for Star Wars on Friday. And then we got another one coming up in a couple months who's going to be joining up as well. So Star Wars will eventually go into Thursdays, but for right now, until these campers are done, they will be an occasional Fridays. We'll get you guys updated on socials. With all that, let's go back into the story. So, last we left off, you guys found yourself you were able to convince your way without any opposition into Deimos's throne room, and was able to convince his honor guard to not only allow you to pass, but to basically have one of them kill the other two and sever the ties that bind so it can weaken Deimos. You confronted him, defeated him without too much trouble. With that, the essence that was consuming him spreads along the throne area, and Soma reveals himself, not very unexpectedly. And you guys had a different battle than the way he fought before. He is able to summon elementals. He seems a little bit stronger. And in the last moments, he decides to get Sophia heated by making her look directly at him while he kills Hades in front of her. So, technically, that was 2 turns out of it, 2 attacks out of his 4 for that. So, we're going to resume where Soma left off. With that, Soma kind of pulls back as he lifts his blade out. He just sees the blood on his blade, and he looks at it, and almost like a person with split personality, just looks at it and just starts, no, what? And he kind of pulls himself back a little bit, and he's gonna actually end his turn looking confused. So, we are gonna continue off with, unfortunately, not Hades. We will go to Silic next. So Silic will go for an Eldritch Blast. The dagger of many dice. Ooh, natural 20. Ooh, piece of candy.
Go Silic.
And I would imply right now, Soma is not focusing, so you got advantage on him. So, but you got natural 20 anyway. So we'll do another one with advantage. That hits. Another one with advantage. That almost rolled off the table. Ooh, another natural 20. And a third natural 20. Okay. I love this die. So... All right. Silic is going to do 112 points of damage to him. And he's going to push him away. So he's going to move based off that. So 10 feet, another 10 feet, another 10 feet, and another 10 feet. We are going to go to Dira.
Alrighty, well, he went over here. Okay, hang on. Put it up. Let's see. Yes.
Joe, is his death tornado thing still up?
Currently, yes.
Okay, it just wasn't on the map, so I wasn't sure.
Oh, sorry.
Right.
Probably changed.
What does that do again?
You can't pass through it or cast through it unless you make certain checks, as it is a tornado made of essentially sharp objects. Not a line, a circle, and we want it to linger. So it was originally off of here, and it is 60 foot. There you go.
But we can move within it, right?
Yes, you can move within it, you just can't leave it.
Okay. That was the question. Alrighty. Okay, yeah, we're gonna ride over here. No, we're gonna select the right tool first. No, please. I can't move me. Why can't I move me?
Oh, here. I know why. Put yourself back on. I updated your token and it probably locked you into position.
Oh,
updated
yeah.
your artwork.
That makes sense. Alrighty. Where am I?
So you were here before.
Here-ish, right? Was it here?
You were
Is
here.
that right? Hang on. Do it again? There, that's right. Different thing. Alright. I'm there. And now I'm gonna go and measure that. And I know I was got out of my head. Okay. We're still on the horsey back. So I'm going to go over and get in his face in case this doesn't work. But I need him out of here. I'm done. We have had enough. And I am going to try to cast banishment on him.
Okay. Is that a charisma saving throw?
That is a charisma save.
Okay. Let's see for Soma. Charisma saving throw. What's the DC?
19.
Okay. He's gonna fail, but in the process, you're gonna see a shadow come over him as he's starting to lose his mind. Don't let her banish you, you fool! And then all of a sudden, something's gonna consume him, and he's gonna teleport. And he's gonna step away.
Damn it. So he's basically out of the. He did that out of the range of the spell.
Correct.
Damn it.
He's currently like down with his head, and he's like holding his blade, and he's currently like confused about what's going on. It looks like someone controlled him and he didn't do it himself.
Okay, I sort of saw that before he bamfed away. So, not much I can do about it right this second, because... Wait, he Misty stepped that far?
So due to an effect that whatever is happening to him, he can Misty step up to 200 feet away.
That's very annoying. Okay, So, where are my bonus action? Yeah, there's really nothing.
Okay.
Well, let's see. Yeah, no, that's my turn.
Okay. Top of the round is Zephinia.
I sent you a quick question.
Yes.
Okay.
So
You're
can
just gonna hear this hollow, inhuman scream of emptiness and sadness as 4 wings sprout from her back, gray muted, and she's gonna rush straight at him. And whoops!
I did give you an updated token for your god form, by the way, so you can remove that Zephinia and you can move on your upgraded Zephinia.
I'll do that on my next turn because that's gonna take, technology and time.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit him with Persephone.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I just had it. Where'd it go? And I think I can hit 3 times. 27. That was a nat 1.
27's a hit. Obviously, nat 1, no.
17 plus 6, that one hits, because that's more than the 12. So 2 of them hit.
Okay.
And then 3d10 piercing, 5d10 radiant. Just gonna go on here. That is 22 piercing for the first one.
Okay.
13 piercing for the second. Uh, 30 radiant for the first. And 22 radiant for the second, and I'm going to take away any resistance he has to radiance.
Okay.
And then I will end my turn there.
Okay. Immediately after you attack him with that, immediately this shadowy creature just kind of comes off his back and immediately just pushes you back about 5 feet as it just lingers around him, and then it just kind of pulls his body back like it wears him like a suit as he just looks angry again and no longer confused. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. Dahlia.
I'm gonna look between where Hades' body now is and back at Soma. And I'm really conflicted. I'm going to use an action to cast message to Soma.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be like, and I'll say, fight it. Keep fighting. And I will... Hold on. Now you're going to determine what I do. I'm going to go after Soma.
Okay.
But I'm going to go after him, and I'm going to cast Dispel Magic on him. I'm going to... Do I see the shadow thing or no?
Let's see, where were you? Where's your token?
Right here.
Oh. Yeah, you would have seen it like linger over him, like his own shadow was an entity that's kind of like pulling him around like a puppet.
I'm going to cast Dispel Magic at a 5th level on it. I don't know if it'll work, but I'll try it.
Okay. No effect.
Woohoo! I'll just cuss loudly in frustration in Infernal, and I'll throw another dagger plate of border at him. Let's see. Oh, I did not mean to roll that physically. Okay, well, we'll rock with it anyway. Let me add the other modifier. Is a 23 hit?
Yeah.
It does? Okay, cool.
Yep.
That'd be 20 points of damage.
Okay.
And that'll end my turn.
Okay. Soma's turn. He's just gonna look at Zephynia. That form. That godly form. I fucking hate it so much. I will rip those wings off your fucking back. And he's gonna immediately just put his hand up in the air and he's gonna start charging some energy into his hand.
Certainly try.
He is going to sacrifice all 4 of his attacks to give himself 4 charges towards Shadow Flare, so he can cast it right away. So he is going to point at a target. In this case, he is going to point directly and only at Zephynia. And he is going to need you to make a charisma saving throw, please.
A lucky point and use real dice.
Where would Amanda be without lucky points?
Yeah. That's not better. I'm gonna use my last lucky. And dice trail.
Damn.
Even worse.
Fuck.
Total of 9.
Okay. Bear with me for a minute.
I'd like to use 2 sorcery points from beyond the grave.
Okay. I'm going to break this down. First off, his fire. You're going to take 111 points of fire damage. Then you take psychic damage, which is 83 points of psychic damage. As a huge, like, ghastly flare just hits your body. And then he is going to...
Normally I'm immune to fire, but in my god form, I don't have immunity to it.
Yeah, you don't have immunity while you're in your god form. Nope.
Okay.
And then he is going to bonus action second wind to heal himself. And that will be his turn. We once again go past Hades for the second round. Silic will move. Oh, no, I'm going to have him attack this guy. What am I thinking about? He's going to attack him with his blade. Miss. Hit. Hit. And hit. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely going to be enough. So that is destroyed. So we'll end his turn there. Dira.
Keeps running away. Fine. See if we can get somebody who won't run away from. We need some help anyway. And she just kind of is. And I'm going to cast Summon Celestial. A celestial spirit manifests in an angelic form. Rechia.
Okay. Let's see. Do I have anything that looks like a celestial spirit?
And it is going to be a defender.
We can do that.
Alright. And then one right next to him.
Give you control of it.
And it is going to... Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and hit it with the mace.
Okay.
So that is 1d10 plus 3
Which
plus
instead? This looks better.
spell
Oh, no,
level.
don't want to do that. We'll do...
Wait, what? Spell levels range. Okay. What? I'm sorry, I'm trying to make sense of this paragraph. Spell attack modifier to hit. Oh, okay, spell attack modifier to hit. Reach 5 feet, one target. Okay. Okay, so it's a spell attack modifier to... So that's going to be 24 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay, and then hit 1d10 plus 3 plus the spell level. So that's 8, 11, plus 5, 16 radiant.
Okay.
And I am going to give a whopping 3 temporary hit points to Zephinia.
Woo!
Actually, how are you looking, Zephinia?
Good.
Okay.
She's in her god form. That was merely a flesh wound to her.
Right.
Paper cut.
And I am actually going to use my movement over here with the horsey.
Okay.
And... Yep, that is my turn.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna have him miss his step away. He does not want to be near you. All right. Where is it? Zephinia.
So that's what, a reaction?
Yeah.
Okay, and he's probably got more of those, so it's a stupid question. Never mind.
Quick technical question, because it's been a hot minute. I didn't see this last turn. It says I can attack with my weapon 4 times per action, so if I have 3 actions, technically I can hit 12 times, right? Or does that take over for my 3 actions? Now I just
That takes that so you're not combining your abilities with your regular abilities. These are just the only abilities you got. So it's 4 attacks.
Okay.
Yep.
So I have 120 feet movement, so I'm gonna get right up in his face again.
I know you want it, but I'm not going to allow you to attack 12 times per turn.
Yeah, I kind of figured. Thought I'd ask anyways. Okay. That is 19?
No.
27?
Yep.
21?
No.
27.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 hit. And that's going to be... Not D12, not D12. 2. 15 piercing damage. 24 radiant damage for the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And then 18 piercing.
Mm-hmm.
And 38 radiant. And can I do a legendary action this turn as well?
Yeah, legendary. Yeah, you can.
Cool. I'm going to do Radiant Blast. I
Okay.
will fire a horizontal beam of radiant energy. Take 10d10 radiant damage. I'm just gonna burn. Uh, 58 radiant damage, and he is pushed back 15 feet.
Okay, that's as far back as you can go.
You're not hurting anybody else. You'll burn. And I'll end my turn there.
Talia.
Man. Fuck. I'm gonna fly after him. I'll just scoot my little self. Let's see, that's far enough, right? Yeah. Alright. So I fly myself there. What to use? Yeah, I got enough. Let's hit him with some Blades of Order, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well... Nope, I have lucky points for rerolling that shit, that's for sure. Okay, so 1 is... Fuck, I hate math. Let me get my calculator. I'm sorry, there's so much pressure, and I do this every fucking time. Alright.
Go, Methrax.
Alright, 1's a 26.
Okay.
Another 26.
Okay.
And... Damn, I was almost a 20. 1 definitely fucking hits. That's a 40.
Okay.
Yeah, it's almost an actual 20. Moss. Alright, so that is 19 damage plus 26 damage plus additional 26 damage, so 71 points of damage.
45 plus 26. 70. Okay.
I don't say anything. I'm just... There's a look of reluctance in my face. I don't want to be doing this, but I don't say anything. And that is my turn.
Soma stands up. No. No, I shouldn't. No. And he just like thinks about it for a second. As you just hear him talking to himself. No, I don't need to do it. No, you will fucking kill them. And then all of a sudden he looks back up and he's just going to put his blade directly pointing forward at you, Zephania. And he is going to immediately start off with legendary action. And he's gonna do. He's actually gonna point in the middle of both of you, and he's actually gonna do Zanchin, where he targets 3 blades of wind in the air. So he's gonna aim 2 of them at Zephynia and 1 of them at Dahlia. So I need both of you to give me dexterity saving throws.
Bad at dex.
I'm gonna use my last legendary reaction to auto succeed.
Cool.
That's 6.
You got a 6? Oof. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you, Dahlia, you're gonna take half. Zephynia, gonna take full. So Dahlia, for your part, you're only gonna take. You're gonna take 26 points of force damage. Because Zephynia failed and you took 2 of the blades, you're gonna take 104 points of force damage. And then he is going to immediately run up on you with just straight blind rage. And he is going to attack you with his great sword. Due to his fighter stance, 19 gives him a natural 20. 24 to hit.
Yeah.
That'd be a 29 to hit. And that would also be a 29 to hit. So.
No, that lots of hit points was really good for that one round, you know.
Mm-hmm. With all the attacks together with the natural 20, because of 19, you're going to take 113 points of slashing damage. At the end of his turn, immediately this vortex of wind starts happening. You assume it's his power actually disengaging, but something else is getting pulled in. Instead of him being the center of the vortex, it goes somewhere else. Let me take that off. As it starts to actually get pulled into Hades. Hang on a second. As immediately a bright light shoots up from Hades' body up into the sky. As immediately this light shoots up into the air, immediately his body disappears. Hades.
I think we had scenario 2, remember? So we're just gonna drop the thing.
Okay, just gonna drop it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. And then I think at the end.
Okay. As
So
immediately,
I think, yeah, just.
all right. Body disappears as immediately into the bright light you see Hades, but as a much more godly form, immediately show up within the light, much the same way as Zephynia was first summoned when she got her powers. With a radiance over him that kind of encumbers the body. Go ahead.
I would say just slowly you see him just kind of descend down, and a boot touches the ground as like books are circling him.
It would be your turn.
Kind of looking at himself for a second. But I'm not quite sure what's happening here, but he looks around and he's gonna see Soma going after Zephynia, and I think just uncontrolled, kind of like faster than probably he expected. I'm pretty sure I can do it. He's gonna just fly off into here.
Okay.
Behind Dahlia, and just be like, "Hey, doll, give a wink, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to attempt to attack Soma with Fire Blast
Okay.
4 times.
Okay.
So let's see. 27 to hit.
Yep.
24 to hit.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's a nat. That's a critical. And 28 to hit.
Okay. Yeah, those are all hits.
Okay.
So if you want to save yourself time, I'm gonna have the first hit destroy the fire elemental. So if you want to just cancel that one out and just do the rest of the attacks.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. So attack 2 hit. That is. Okay, this is gonna take long. We're just gonna do this. Let's see. I lied. This is gonna take just as long. God damn it!
So much power!
I know.
All the dice.
Okay, so the first attack is 37 fire damage.
Okay.
This is how you know it's gonna fucking hit. Shit.
So for the critical, it is 87 points of fire damage.
Got it.
Final attack was... Oh, I'm undershooting those, but that's okay. It doesn't matter at this point. Uh, 45 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And then how does everybody look damage-wise?
Hurt.
Okay. Then I think that's my turn. Actually, I think no. Like, okay. I think just because he's not sure what's going on 100%, then I'm going to use a legendary action to cast mass healing on how's Soma look? I'm sorry, not Soma. Silic look.
Silic looks pretty beat up. I'd say
Okay.
because of your form, you can tell that he's probably taken more than half damage.
Okay, and Deer and Doll, yeah, look totally fine.
I'm at full. I haven't hit him, but he also hadn't hit me.
I got a couple scrapes.
Okay, so then I'm going to use my legendary action to do mass healing, and I'm going to hit Z, Dahlia, and Silic, and they heal to max HP.
Nice.
And then the rest of my movement, I rip up here,
Ryan's response to that was pretty great.
just right into his face, and I'm like, she missed me.
Let's see, I gotta remember that 1 minute and 1 second because I gotta find that. That was pretty good.
As a cleric, I'm impressed. Ex-cleric. Fuck, sorry.
Anything else?
No, I think that's it. And then, like I said, scenario 2 that we discussed for later.
For later. Yes. Okay. Right. Yes. Thank you. Okay. Silik's turn is just like, I don't know what's going on. I guess when in Rome, and then he's just gonna transform, and then he's gonna fly over. And he is not. I'm gonna have him fly like over here. And here, I'll change his thing. Oh, I don't have Silik's format. Yeah, that's right. And I will have him do Enhanced Eldritch Blast, and I'll have him sacrifice all 4 attacks to activate it. So I'm gonna actually have him fly actually over here then, so he gets line of sight. That's a hit with a 30. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So he's gonna take 131 points of force damage. Okay, he's hurting. All right, Dira.
Okay, stop running away. And I'm gonna fly over there and just raise it over my head and take a swing at him. Cause I am just so done right now. Oh my god. Okay.
Sorry, bonus action. Messy step. He does not want to be near you. He does not want to be touched by you.
Where's he go? Alrighty, then we're gonna send the Celestial after him.
Okay, fair enough.
Get him!
Get him! Let's see where.
And I missed last time that it actually has 2 attacks. Why won't it move?
Oh,
You gave me control before. Okay, there we go. Alright. So.
of course, I picked the thing that had purple on it. It's like, I can't find it!
Of course. So. First attack. Let's use this one. What is it? Spell attack modifier to hit. Okay, so that's a 10 to hit, so that one misses. Second attack. 12 to hit.
Sorry, no.
I am so frustrated right now.
I'm so sorry.
That is my turn.
Okay. We go top of the round to Sophinia.
I am chasing his ass down and hitting him again. 26,
Yeah.
21, 21,
No 21s.
and 31.
Yeah. So it sounds like you got 2 of them for a hit.
He's 24 piercing, 13 piercing, 32 piercing, or I'm sorry, 32 radiant and 20 radiant.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna kind of look back at Hades and just start ugly crying, and I'll end my turn there.
Soma starts to drop, but the shadowy figure pulls out of him, and immediately like looks at him, pulls him by the shirt up. Are you fucking done? You are Soma. Deal with them. As he just like this claw just like starts slashing at something at him, and just immediately pulls him up, and almost like now you can see like this dark demented creature start to pull him up from the shadows. Fucking kill them. As Soma's just kind of like lifeless in his body as he's being controlled like a corpse at this current moment. So I gotta switch his stats because he has a new sheet now. All right. Put that aside. All right. He is going to warp to the center of the map. As you start to see, and I'm just going to increase the size for us. As you start to see like this entity start to wrap around him and fill him, as he's like floating within this shadowy form that's now controlling everything for him, and the sword is just floating ahead. Everyone will fucking die, as immediately he's gonna point at Sophinia and what is the your summoned creature, and he is immediately gonna just push both hands forward, and he's gonna do a necrotic blast. Which, are you resistant or immune?
I am resistant.
Okay.
Like that one I got.
29 to hit.
Yes.
There we go. Alright, that's 89 points of necrotic, so for you that'd be 44 points of necrotic damage. And then he's going to activate the ability of the sword, which he's going to have the sword.
Now, was that against also the Celestial?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, it only had 40 hit points, so it's
Okay,
fine.
got it. Okay. He's going to summon the blade above you, Sophinia, and he's going to drop down doing Kaishin. So you need to make me a strength saving throw.
That please be good. Strength is my good one. Spooky 20.
No. So... I think that was 5 times. So... Alright, you're going to take 71 points of force damage as it strikes down on you. And then he's going to summon the blade around you, and he's going to attack you 4 times with the blade. During this whole time, he is not actually holding it, he is controlling it, just like with this shadowy figure that's moving around you. So, first one, natural 20. Second one, 33. 30. And 23.
They all hit.
Okay. So... $133 points of slashing damage. And then he is going to summon Sanctum of Wind around him. And... oh, that's not what I want. I want it above. Damn it! It's like on a weird point that I don't like. Alright, well that's it. Well, 15-foot radius. Anybody who tries to pass through it has to make a strength saving throw. If they fail, they're going to take damage by trying to cross the blades. That is the end of his turn. Hades.
Okay. Does Soma actually... I guess I want to ask this question. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to use a legendary action to do God of Lore.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to target Soma himself.
Okay.
And wonder, is he actually dead in there? And it's just a corpse? Or is he still alive?
Okay. And remind me, I tell you at the beginning of your next turn, right?
Next turn.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Cool. All right.
Which works out. Okay. And with that... okay. Well, I guess it's once. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let's just continue the pit bull here and fire blast.
Okay.
It's not actually a fireball. That's a critical.
Okay.
Oof, that's not gonna be great. That's a 16 to hit.
16's a miss.
Yeah. Oof, that's also not great. Working class 20.
No.
Okay. And man, what was up with this one? It would be 22 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. So at least that. All right. So do the big one first. Let's see. So the first one is going to be 81 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Second one. Okay. Yeah. So that is 42 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Okay, Silic is going to rush in. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and he's going to try to pass through it. Ooh, not with that. So he's going to try to attack the first time. He's going to take some damage from it, which is not much. As you immediately see some of his skin get cut by just touching the wind. And he is going to cast Eldritch Blast to try to get through it. That's a miss. Natural 20 and a miss. So I gotta say, I love this die. No matter who I'm playing as, I get a lot of nat 20s. Okay. We're gonna go to Dira.
You don't want me to hit you? Let's at least let somebody else do it. I'm going to cast Dispel Magic on this effect around him.
Okay. The effect ends.
And then I am going to... And I'm sure it's going to teleport, but I don't like him being on this thing that I feel like he can probably use for shit. So I'm going to get up in his face. And we're going to let... Actually, I'm going to try and land basically on top of him and let the horsey tap dance on his head.
Okay.
So...
Go, Dira.
For a whopping 10 to hit. What the hell? You go to jail. That is annoying as fuck. And I did not take a weapon attack, so I cannot use that. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. All right.
Oh, we're being raided.
Oh.
Welcome, raid.
Let's see. Thank you for the raid. As this point, he starts to... The entity around him, but not Soma itself, starts to rage out in extreme anger. Zephyria.
Legendary action magic missile, lunar missile.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, no! No! Come back!
It's supposed to be auto hit, so I don't know why you're just throwing dice all over the way.
Because it's 3d6.
It's a
radiant
joke.
damage. Oh. Blonde goes right over. It is 8 radiant damage, and then I'm gonna get up in his face again and hit him. I need 20s once I find them. That one does not hit. That's 18. That's a nat 1. 25?
Yeah.
28.
Yeah.
Get 2 out of 4 each time. That's gonna be a total of... I'm just gonna roll both piercing at the same time. So, hit 1 and 2 is a total of 45 piercing. And then hit 1 and 2 is a total of 55 radiant.
Okay.
That is all I can do.
Okay. Dahlia.
I'm gonna rush over. I'm gonna move to about here. And I'm just gonna look at this creature and I'm just gonna say, get the fuck away from him! And I'm going to... gonna use my final Blade of Order. I'm not gonna do that first. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast first.
Of course.
Actually. As you do.
Of course. Of course.
Well, lucky that one. Okay, that's better. Oh, fucking. Where's my calculator? Can't keep doing this. Okay, that's a 30 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I know. I'm just gonna hit with all 4. Show me the last one, you coward!
Show me the money.
10, 12, 21 points of damage. Right? Yeah, I think.
Sure. Let's go with that. That's great.
Look, my strength is in roleplay and being the butt of jokes. That's about it.
I mean, fair.
Could I use Eldritch Blast a second time? I can do that, right? In a turn? If I have 2 actions? It's only cantrips, right? Cantrips are permissible?
1 level spell and 1 cantrip, but I would assume 2 cantrips would count technically.
Yes.
That's what okay. I just wanted to be sure. We're doing it again, folks. I know it's a shock. It's crazy. That certainly is gonna hit. Yeah, it's a 37.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just so full of surprises. Give me some good shit. I just want to take him down already and like be done. Oh fuck. I'm getting scared with numbers. 23 points of damage.
Okay.
And then we use our fake blade. Woo! Cool. That plus this number. Yeah, that's gonna hit. That's a 37.
Mm-hmm.
And that will be 31 points of damage.
Okay.
And that's all, folks.
Okay.
That's my turn.
The entity itself will go next. So the entity itself is going to dispel the last elemental. And it's going to for a charge. And it is going to raise up 2 hands to fire Shadow Flare twice. So it is going to... Wow. Okay. Based on the rolls, it wants to target Zephynia twice. Okay, cool. So Zephynia, charisma saving throw, please.
Boogie 20.
23. All right, time for math rocks.
We cannot.
5. Okay. For the fire damage combined, not including the psychic, you were taking 91 points of fire damage. Psychic. You take very low numbers, so you're going to take 62 points of psychic damage.
Is it considered to be wielding a blade?
It is wielding it, but not in its hands.
That's not what the description says.
Okay, so what?
It just says wielding.
Okay.
So it's in my 5-foot aura. Starts its turn in my 5-foot aura. Then needs to make a con saving throw.
Okay. Yeah. All right. 28.
Okay. I'm gonna assume and then yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And Mythic takes over Legendary, so then it's going to summon the sword again, and it is going to see it starting to get surrounded, so it's actually going to move some blades against Dira this time. So, Dira, that's 20. And then we got a 23 to hit.
Both hit.
Okay. Then we have a 34, and then we have a 30. So
Total 64.
Those were to hit, I think.
those were to hit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So obviously, yes, those hit.
Yeah, my head's starting to hurt, so I'm going to separate these attacks. So the first one, that's a natural 20, is 42 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Second one,
Yeah. Okay. 42.
22 points for a second one.
22.
Correct.
Okay.
23 for the third,
Okay.
and only 16 for the fourth.
Okay. Got it.
End of its turn as it starts to rage even further. We go to Silic. Silic is going to fly around, and he is going to move in, and he is going to activate the full power of his blade. And he's going to do Void Slash. So someone needs to make a dexterity saving throw. He succeeds, so he'll take half. So. Now I'm going to use a charge off of Silic to force it to take full. So he is going to take 134 points of damage. And then he's going to attack with the sword. Miss. Hit with the natural 20. Miss with the natural 1. And miss with the 2. So. Alright. Oh shit, actually I skipped. I got this wrong. Hades, I'm sorry, I skipped you. So on your turn, you're able to figure out what's going on with Soma. So he is currently being held at minimum health. Currently, he is floating like he's being shackled between whatever this creature is. The creature's protecting him from taking any damage, but it's also forcing him to not heal. He's basically hanging on the brink of death, but he's not dead yet. Basically, he's hanging on at 1 hit point. The creature's trying to preserve him, but doesn't want him to heal. As far as you can assume, the creature itself that's controlling him is immortal and cannot take damage enough as it's healing. I'll let you give me an Arcana check to see if you can understand anything peering further to understand more than what you're inquiring. And that would just be based on your actual Hades stats.
Got it. Okay. 25.
Okay. You can assume that this creature is tethered to him in a way that it's requiring more than just physical harm to remove it. Or at least you guys don't have enough power to remove it on your own. At least as far as you know. There could be a possible way that you could either will it off of him or will him away from it. Either way, you need them to separate themselves without actually harming them both.
Got it. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna try something silly.
I love it.
Is Soma visible, or is he completely covered in the goo?
No, he is visible. It's just like with the amount of shadow over him, he looks, gray and black due to the amount of shadow covering him. But you can still see the frame of him. You can still see that his eyes are closed. You can see the details.
Okay, but I can't. There's no the way I know it's shadow, but the way I'm picturing it is like if he was Venom covered in goo, and there's like a part of Eddie sticking out, like.
No, nothing sticking out of the actual body itself.
Okay. And in this form, I don't have access to like my potions and stuff, correct?
I'll say you do. We'll say you do.
I do. Okay.
Because they wouldn't disappear when you transform. You'd still have them.
Okay.
See the gears spinning.
Yeah, it's.
Would we like to take a break to think of
No.
Okay.
No, it's okay. I'm going to
Give me that cookie.
lie to here. Do I need to make this save for the blade things?
They got destroyed due to Dira's dispel magic.
Perfect. Okay. I am going to attempt with what I know. Go into my backpack. Be like, hey, backpack. I'm going to pull out a potion of supreme healing and shove it down someone's throat.
Okay. Okay. I know this is gonna be weird for you, but give me a strength check because you're literally trying to push yourself through the shadow to give it to Soma.
That's a nat 20. 23. Oh wait, it's a check, not a saving throw. Yes, I'm right. Right? Not a saving throw? Check.
Not to say it's a check because you're doing it yourself.
23.
It's not being done to you. Okay. All right. So you push yourself through the void without much resistance, and you give him the potion. Immediately, this radiant light kind of tries to crack through it. I need everyone. I'm going to allow Hades to auto-succeed on this, but I need everyone to give me a intelligence saving throw.
Nine.
9.
14.
Okay. Sophia?
7.
Okay. The only ones that are able to control the choose is Dahlia and Hades. Soma's fighting this, but he needs help in his own world. Do you choose to accept to help him out by going there or staying behind? Both of you can make this. You accept?
I'll go in.
Okay. Time stops everyone outside. Nothing's happening outside as you guys immediately just get pulled in. During this, Hades, you get reverted back to normal as this is in his world and not in the real world. You find him hanging there like a puppet hanging on 100-foot long strings, about thousands of them dangling as he's trying to fight him off and he's cutting, but they're regrowing back on him as much as possible. You can see that there's about like 20 different somas hanging on these strings. Some of them look like straight like nightmare creatures, like they are like the darkest part of his hearts. Some of them look like they're not even fighting back, like they're repenting for the damage that they've done. And there's one in the center that's trying to fight back, but he looks conflicted as he's trying to fight back. You guys can move at your own free will, as it's only him and these strings that are fighting.
I will turn to Dahlia and say, this thing is using him. It is holding him in limbo of close to death. He has to be able to fight against this thing, and that is why I gave him the potion, because he should be able to fight this thing if he's strong enough.
You don't want him dead anymore?
I need him separated from this thing because that is the only way to stop it.
Is this thing, DM, familiar to me?
I gotta remember my lore, because there's multiple creatures that follow this parameter.
A convenient thing that starts with a P and ends with an air site?
No.
Okay. It is reminiscent, though. I will look around at all the tethers, and then I look to Soma. How can we free? Do you know?
He just looks at you confused. You save me? I wouldn't expect this from you.
People change. Tell me what to do.
He just looks up straight up as far as like the darkness goes, as you just see like this point where it connects to like a kind of like a hydra body where it just constantly keeps growing. You can't point to it, but just like looks up at it as like destroy that, it'll stop growing.
I look at Hades to see if he's following.
Do I have access to my full inventory of arsenal?
Yep.
I look at Dahlia and go, then it needs to die. And I shoot disintegration at a 9th level straight up.
It does not have counterspell and it can't make checks. So yeah, it works. Okay. Immediately all the strings start falling apart other than just one, as he immediately just falls to the ground and immediately just looks at you. He is unarmed. I didn't expect this. I don't know what's gonna happen when I go back out there. Well, I don't really have much of a choice. What do you say?
Are you free from Kokopio?
I'm free from that. And that was your way of controlling me. So, I guess so. But that thing can't die. You just killed his connection to me, then I wouldn't consider trying to grab it. Best bet is once we get back out there, just let it go where it needs to go. She might have used it to control me, but it was not her that was controlling me. Something else, something more powerful, something darker. Even than her. I mean, yes, it was by her choice that this happened to me, but she was not the one that was controlling. She doesn't have the right to do so with that.
Once we leave here, are you going to be of sound mind, or is something going to have a chance to control you again?
That was the only thing that was manipulating me. Sound mind has been lost to me some time ago, but I will not attack anybody, and I will be as harmless as I can.
If you had the choice, would you aid us in destroying Cacopio?
Oh, hell yeah. I want that bitch dead.
Me too.
I mean, more
I'll
than
get
anything.
Hades.
I don't know what to say at this point.
Well, at the moment you guys are pulling back, what's done is done. We're going to have to see what happens. You guys immediately get pulled back to your bodies. As immediately as everybody's looking
Can I
outside.
say something before we get pulled back?
Sure.
As we start getting pulled back, Soma just hears Dolly a message in his head. Just trust me on this.
Okay, he doesn't say anything, but he just looks at you with a surprised look. Okay. Combat is done. As if any Hades, you're still in your god forms.
That was a tone.
Question mark?
There's a lot of ways this is gonna go.
As he just immediately drops to the ground and the shadow just pulls itself off of him, like someone ripping off someone's shirt from behind, and immediately flows back into the air. As you all start hearing this hum coming from it while it's in the shadows of the ceiling. A slight tune. Then eventually it goes quiet and it just starts moving through all the vents and all the cracks and trying to find its way out, like a creature trying to escape and find another host until it disappears. Soma's there. He's tired. He's yanking. He only has enough power that was given to him from Hades' potion.
He just vamped back into existence, right?
I mean, he was still there the whole
From what
time.
we saw?
Time was frozen for us, so.
Okay.
You just shrank and the goo flew off of him.
Yeah, because his body size didn't change. It was the shadow that was increasing it. That was over him. That was more of a Goliath size. So that just disappeared and he just dropped to the ground, losing strength to his legs and his arms for a second. As he was kind of dead for a little bit, sort of, or at least brinking on death. Oh God, I've never felt that kind of pain before. I've never felt that kind of pain.
Look around at everybody. Sheath my sword.
Okay. He immediately just doesn't even grab a hold of Kazushimi, doesn't even grab a hold of it. He just tries to get on one knee as he just... Oh, God.
Take it easy. Are you... You?
I think
Yes,
so.
him.
It's been a minute since I got my shit kicked in so hard. It's kind of a weird feeling.
Yeah, well, I look around at the various extremely impressive teammates and go, we've had... Some of us have had a few upgrades.
Yeah, I've noticed. Oh, Jesus. And he starts to stand up.
Hey, easy.
I'm gonna walk up to him and take the moonsicle and embed it in his chest.
What the fuck?
It's yours to keep until death.
Do you stab him or just push it at, or do you just push it against him?
Oh no, I stab him.
Okay, rolled a
And
hit.
then I'm gonna turn and run and hug Hades.
What are we doing?
Let his body drop.
Roll the hit then.
We're killing people, apparently.
28.
Yeah, you embed it. Oh, that's all right. Okay, I'm going back down. And he just drops back to the ground.
What the? Are we helping him or are we killing him? What's going on?
We're killing him.
Oh,
Why
that
would we
was
help
not what I
him?
was planning on. As he just immediately pulls it out, he just immediately starts dragging. He picks up his sword. What the fuck? Do you not get it? This wasn't me. I didn't do this shit. I was in control of my own body. Neither then nor now.
You had a choice. You could have fought it. You could have fought harder. You tried to kill every single one of them. You killed Hades. You tried to kill me. You get no redemption.
See?
Stay down.
He's going to start moving back 10 feet. He's going to kind of use the sword as kind of like a barrier. This is the first time you've ever seen Soma in a confusion of fear. Of he doesn't know what's going to happen next. And this is one of the few times you've seen him visibly showing off weakness.
If Z is hugging me, I squeeze her tighter and just in her ear whisper, "It's over. I'm not dead. He has been defeated. That thing is, I don't know where, but just stand down for right now."
To say he won't come back. It won't come back. It'll take him over again. Kills you again.
Right now, it hasn't, and I would like to see it try.
I walk in front of Soma and I hold out my hands and I gently put my hand over his on the sword and push the sword down. And then I place the other hand on his chest and I cast. Let me fucking find it. God damn it, of course it went away. Where is it? I hate this area. I put a hand on his chest and I expend healing light. And I restore him full. Okay, thank you. No, that's not what I wanted. Hold, please. There's a couple dice involved. 44 points of healing.
Ooh. Okay. Kind of close up some of the wound from the moon sickle. He's holding it aside while he's kind of following your lead as he kind of puts down the sword a little bit as he's still holding it with a tight grip, but he drops it a little bit. Okay, this is getting fucked up. Last time I remember, you were trying to slit my throat. Now they're trying to do it, and you're protecting me and healing me. Okay, this is a bit crazy.
You ain't used to that by now?
Alia, why are you healing him?
Because she's been there?
And like it or not, we need him in the fight against Kokopio. So as of right now, just to be safe, I'm naming him my champion of the Shadowfell. While he's in this realm, no harm will come to him.
I don't even know why we've survived this far without him. He's proven he's not a capable companion. And you're naming him champion?
He's proven very useful in a fight, and he knows her better than anybody. I can't think of someone better to fight her. And he wants to. So we'll let him.
What do you two think of this?
I think there's been enough lives destroyed. Ain't gonna accomplish anything to destroy more. Whatever's left of his life. If he can do something with it, useful with it, I'd say we let him.
I don't like it, but I was in his head when Dahlia was in there. He did say he wanted to kill her. He did seem pretty out of control of the situation, and some newer ability of mine allowed me to know that he was being used. And I do remember a time when you touched that orb and weren't incredibly excited about the rest of us. I don't know, but I trust Dahlia and have to hope that she knows what she's doing.
We hold folks responsible for what things do inside of them. There's going to be nobody left.
He just seemed under her control a lot.
You're cutting out.
He seems to be under her control a lot. And we're going to keep that
maybe
near
because
us.
she didn't say that. Said he's useful. Don't have to be with us for that.
And if he turns against us, then we turn him into a pile of ash.
That's not going to happen. Not anymore.
Hopefully.
There's already been enough people that have died today. I look at Hades.
Seems to me the reason she wants to control him is because he can hurt her.
Exactly.
Well, I would say one condition is that he puts that sword down because it has no good intentions.
I look at
True.
Soma and I just
I turn around. It's true. From the time you got that, ain't nothing been right.
I have nothing to prove to any of you, but I don't need this blade. He just tosses it towards you. Take it, do what you will with it, absorb it, wield it. It wasn't the blade that had any effect on me.
Isn't that a blade of Bahamut, Dira? Do you want to be grabbing that?
Yeah. Destroy it.
Nobody's wielding anything right now, so I'm just going to hold it in its sheath at the moment.
I didn't know if it was.
No, I caught the sheath.
Disregard.
I would say at this point. Actually, no. I just go at this point. Absorb it. It did its own bidding. It did its own will. It had a mind of its own, and nothing of it was good when it jumped out of the bag of holding when I had it. I say get rid of it.
Maybe we sleep on it. We've all been to the castle before. Let's go rest. I have some business to attend to anyway up there.
Hades, not that I'm complaining, far from it, but how did you come back to us?
About that. At this point, it might be best for someone else to explain. And I'm going to drop out of God form. And you see it just kind of like melts down, and I end up standing there, and as I do, the like outer shell kind of hits the floor, but for a split second shifts and materializes a force ghost of Apollo standing there. And he looks around at everybody and says, well, about that, I already kind of talked to Hades a bit, so he knows, but, well, turns out that inside of Hades, us, for the longest time, have been digging through our memories and thoughts, and I had a realization when I found out that Hades is the primary personality, not me. When our mother abandoned us, the wild magic surged and created me. Someone who's not fussy, someone who just kind of goes with the flow. We were afraid that we would be abandoned again, or they wouldn't accept us. And it took the crying baby and made it stop. And fast forward to explain this, well, Dahlia, do you remember when you and Hades were talking the one night in the house about how he felt about Sophinia, and well, that he just didn't feel that he was on the same level as her?
I do.
He said, I wish I was stronger and more capable and just kind of the same as him or as her. And well, you recently gained access to new abilities, and I used the last of my essence and wished him the ability to be a god so he could be with her. The problem to that is I don't have much more left in me here. And he starts slowly kind of fading a bit. But I'm glad I get this last opportunity. And he walks over to Dira and like takes her hand and like physically can pick it up. I just want you to know that you're probably the purest person that I know. And I guess like if I imagined ever what the type of person that my mom would be, she would be like you. Hold on to your family.
I wouldn't never have left you.
I know you wouldn't. And he walks over to Silic, and he just goes, I don't know what to say except for, I love you, buddy. And he hugs you. Walks over to Dahlia. Hey, Dal. I know that we weren't as close, but you and Hades were. And if I could ever choose anybody to be family, I'm glad it was you.
You're my
the
brother, Apollo. You'll always be my brother.
Thanks. And you'll always be my sister. And I love you too. And he hugged you.
Oh, she gives him the strongest hug back. She's tearing up.
It fades him a little bit more. And you see him walk over to where Hades fell. And he picks up the ring. And he walks back. Hands it to Hades. And turns and looks up at Z. Because she's really big right now. And he kind of like floats up towards her level. Z, I would be lying if I didn't say I felt or didn't feel some of what Hades feels. You are the best thing that he could have ever found. And I know I'm not gonna be here to protect him anymore. I just ask that you do it for me. Because I know you'd watch him forever.
Give him the biggest hug as well and try not to squeeze too hard.
And he kind of like floats up and kisses you on the cheek. And then he lands back down and he turns to Hades. Well, aside from Ren, which he kind of looks back at everybody, if you see Ren, tell them they don't have to leave again. They've got you guys. And that I said it would be okay. And he turns back to Hades and... What can I say? We know everything about each other. And I've always been there. But I know. Are you sure you have to go? I do. I have no choice. And he starts kind of fading more. He's barely visible at this point. I have one last gift for you. And you see him kind of like reach back, and he pulls out of nowhere kind of just this picture frame. And he hands it to Hades, and he's like, one last gift. I'm sure you would have been able to see this eventually, but this is what our mom looked like. It's the last memory we have of her. And it's a picture of a just human-skinned person with horns and a red tail in oriental armor holding a bassinet, crying. I don't think she wanted to get rid of us. And he takes it, and tears starts running down his face, and I can't thank you enough for this. I'm going to miss you. I'm going to miss us. And he's like, I know. I will too. And then they hug each other, and as he hugs them, all of a sudden, his arms go, and Apollo fades from existence, and he's just sitting there, holding nothing. Just tears run down his face a bit.
I run up and give him a hug.
You lift him off the ground. Because you're still big. He just pushes into you.
I'm so sorry. I'm so glad he gave you back, but I'm so sorry you lost him.
He did this well before I was gone. And it was by chance that I was able to come back as that. And I have a second, third, fourth chance at this point. Z, if you wouldn't mind putting me down and maybe getting smaller for a second.
I'm gonna drop my god form and kind of wobble in exhaustion.
Grab you real quick. I will always be there to catch you when you fall. And I know you'll always be there for me when I don't have the ability to do more than 4 push-ups. But
I'll always lift you up when you need it.
Zephynia, he'll look you in the eyes and in 75% say something. He will say, Zephynia Leandrin, I know this is probably the worst time that I could ever think or ask this. And he drops to one knee and goes, will you marry me? You're muted or I can't hear you.
Yes, of course! And she'll give you the biggest kiss ever.
And he stands up and slides the ring on you and says, good. And for the longest time I've had this ring. It was the only thing that was left with me from my mother.
It's beautiful. And I'm gonna wear it to the end of our days.
Yeah. It appears with this whole god business that may be a while.
That's okay. Eternity is good too.
I'm glad to hear it.
So, can we get out of the Shadowfell now?
Please.
Look, if you wouldn't mind.
I don't think I can leave just yet.
What do you mean?
I kind of took the throne. I imagine that
Oh.
there's some business that needs to be handled at least a little bit. But we have a whole castle. Why don't we at least rest a day? celebrate, mourn.
I need to think about being safe here.
Well, it's under a new rule now, so it will be safe. I can't make you stay.
We should stay and rest and then decide what we're doing.
Suppose we give it the night.
There's plenty of rooms and they're free. Gotta figure out how we got down here. Can I use the ability?
Sure.
Look, I don't know how to teleport, and
I mean, there's stairs right there.
Are there stairs? Did I miss?
Yeah, on the west side of the map.
Oh, well,
We might be just in the basement.
Did the throne take your intelligence from you? I don't.
Oh, we're in the throne room. I mean, we're probably just in the.
Is this the
palace.
throne room? Is this the throne room, Joe? I thought this was like a basement, but I can certainly be wrong as we.
No, this is the throne room. This is the throne room.
Well, I feel a little silly. All right. Well, we need to redecorate the shit out of this place. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's a little. It's not.
This is the farthest from our concerns right now. Let us just get out of here and find somewhere to rest and go from there.
Okay, so we have been in this room before, so I would know where the rooms and stuff are.
Yeah, we have.
Castle, right?
Yeah, I mean, you'd know where to. I mean, like, you haven't. This is the first time you've been in this throne room, but you can assume once you got out to the main area, you could figure it out.
Would I know that these magical doors here go out to that main area before I look really stupid and lead my friends through like 20 different hallways?
I mean, they're the only doors that are in here, so yeah. I mean, yeah, door A or door A.
Let's go.
That we did kind of explore looking for the parasite because we kind of know your castle a little bit.
We do.
You eventually go out. You not too far. You hit two large doors. They're not locked because you're on the inside. Do you want to push them open?
Yeah, when I do, I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to like really give them that extra gust of like a little puff of wind, really make them blow open even more. So they slam against the walls and I just walk in.
Okay. As immediately as you hear a crunch on both the left and the right side, as it opens up, you see a little blood pool underneath each door.
There's two guards were in there.
I would have killed them just enough for it to be like a big grandiose thing. I'm not trying to kill these people.
Well, apparently you don't need to try.
As immediately like a bunch of people, a mixture of like politicians and like guards just like look at you confused. And eventually some guards are just like immediately puts them right in front of you confused. Who goes there? How'd you get inside? Where's the king?
There is no king. There is a queen now.
What?
Long live the queen!
What? We don't have a queen. We have a king. We've always had a king. What the fuck are you talking about?
Your king is dead.
Wait. Like looks over your shoulder. You?
King is dead. Long live the queen.
I'm gonna Eldritch Blast this bitch. Do you want me to roll for it? I'm not like, no, I don't necessarily have to kill him.
It's fine. You're just gonna rule by fear. It's all right. Cool. And
I'm not gonna be disrespected in my fucking castle. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So you just kill this person right in front. Is the rest of them just like, say, what the fuck? Who are you?
Are not real good, Dahlia.
I'll walk up and be like, let me try for a second here. For those of you who do not know, this is Dahlia, granddaughter of Deimos, It would appear that Deimos is now deceased. She has taken the throne, sat upon it, and is now the new ruler of the Shadowfell. For those of you who do not understand that, she is now your boss. So whether you like it or not, tough shit, and bow.
The guards just like keep pointing as they look back at like one of the politicians. Can she do that? What? No, she can't just sit on the throne. There's tradition, there's rules, there's. I mean, no one's ever done it before.
Yeah, I know that. It's exactly why I wanted to talk to you, because I'd like to figure out where we stand here. Now, I want to be nice, but I'm not going to be disrespected. So if we want to have a conversation, I'd really love to have one. I had a lovely conversation with the generals already. They're on board. Which, speaking of, I don't know what I need to do, but I need to free that guy.
So that was just that's just basically you can do that later. It's just like someone check on the king. Like this is really a lot. As like a couple of guys like try to sneak past. Excuse me, sorry, Barbie. Like goes back there. Immediately here, like, yeah, he's really dead. Like dead.
You satisfied?
Not really. No one's ever taken his place before. We got to go through rules. We got to pull out a book. Like there's a thing.
I figured that's why I came up here.
All right.
Now, do you want to pull out your book and talk about it right now, or do you want to...
A book we haven't used in like 5,000 years. It was created for formality. It was never opened. We're going to have to find it.
Do we really have to use this book then?
You just want us to take your word on it?
You got any other options?
And
You can go sit in the chair again if you want to see her do it.
Yeah, I mean, I can go sit in the chair again.
Or
if that's really
immediately as like a bunch of soldiers come, we could just kill you. And someone else could sit in the chair.
Then things are even more confusing.
That's a lot of work.
I guess I'd be fine with that. As like some of the soldiers like, wait, who am I listening to? As like some of the soldiers are confused and some of them are still listening.
Yeah, I look at the other I look at all the soldiers. I think you're talking about treason right now. Because I am next in line for the throne.
Well,
I do have the Deimos bloodline. Obviously.
Immediately just points over at Stolik. But what about him? Oh, look, I don't want it. She wants it, she can have it. I don't want any piece of it. Okay. Well, how about this? You find somewhere to stay. We'll try to find the book and we'll figure it out. But it's gonna take us some time.
I think I need new counsel. This is ridiculous.
You do know
immediately like immediately you see like this very nerdy tiefling like run up, has like scrolls, he's like jumbling all over the place. He immediately goes, wait, I got a solution. Immediately just like pulls up his glasses a little bit as he drops a bunch of them. All right, I got an idea. She sat on the throne, she killed the king, shit happened, whatever. Right, she's supposed to have it, yada yada yada. Is there any reason why we're supposed to compete with this? Well, yeah, there's tradition, but she could just kill you.
Yeah.
I'm not hearing any viable alternatives out there.
As like a couple of soldiers like look at this guy, it's like, wait, does she really have the power? I mean, yeah. I mean, it's never been done before, but doesn't mean it can't happen. I mean, if someone could kill her and take her spot.
I wouldn't recommend it.
I wouldn't either.
Anyway,
I can like flex some throne powers on them or something. Just an aura or something macho, because
at this point,
They're
most of the
tough.
soldiers, minus like 2 of them that are really like just arrogant, come to your side and immediately go in front of you and immediately aim at the politicians.
Right. So, like I said, we can have a conversation and we can go over these formalities, these rules that you're talking about. I am open to listen, or we can execute you for treason. Your choice.
Right. Maybe we got off on the wrong foot.
I think we did.
Look, let's start fresh. Bygones be bygones. Immediately they get on like one knee. Right. Queen, I humbly pardon. I'm sorry. Whew. What can we do for you?
My friends will need lodging for the night, obviously, as do I. And then we have much to discuss over this transfer of ruling. I can do it now, or we can wait till morning if you need to do some research.
We'd prefer to spend some time doing some research, if that would be all right.
That is fine. Then that will be the first thing we discuss in the morning. Can I insight check these guys? Are they kissing my butt just because they're...
That's true, you can give me an insight check.
Or are they actually afraid of me now? Oh my god, where's my insight? Math, 24.
They are not fully genuine with what they're saying, but they're currently going with it.
Okay. First thing in the morning, then.
Okay. Get rooms ready. King's chamber all set. And let's get these fresh clothes, baths ready, food all set. I'm sure they're famished. And we will. Let's go start going through all the books. And they start running off, and as there's certain people starting to position you guys in certain spots, like start leading you to different rooms and starting to find you baths, and so people's like, we'll get food ready right away. A few of the maidens here will find you to your rooms to get you cleaned. As immediately the scribe and by the way, pleasure, Howard. Low-level scribe, but I know a lot. Your humble servant, if you need anything.
I appreciate it. Thank you. What is your name?
Howard.
Howard. Thank you, Howard. I'm sure you will. I'm sorry, I just so blanked on what I was saying. I really appreciate you, and I will be glad that you are here.
Oh, your queen is too kind. Too kind. I'll be around. And not around here. I'm not usually allowed around here. But I'm stationed with the other mages. Down that way. But I'm sure you can ask around. They can probably summon me anywhere, or I could run in if you need me or anything like that. I'm just a hop and a skip away, and probably about 10 minutes of running.
I actually think you should be present for this meeting tomorrow. I think you could be very useful there.
I mean, if that's your wish.
Oh, do you want to go?
I mean, it's. Yes, I would.
Cool. Then I will see you there tomorrow.
Okay. He just immediately tries to grab up like his 20 different scrolls in his hand, and he starts like walking very calmly, like don't look back. It starts running for joy. It's like, yes, you noticed, yes, and it just starts running off.
I like him. I don't know why.
I think you just got a promotion.
I mean, he seems genuine enough.
Yeah, that whole thing could have gone a lot better.
Could have gone worse.
That is also true.
As you just see a court of like 6 maidens start pushing. Well, let's get you all clean, get you into your rooms.
Oh, thank you.
Hot paths will be all ready.
Thank you. I can take it from here.
What's that?
Just point us the way to the rooms.
Point you in the immediately one that's
Point
like,
us to the way to the rooms.
I know, but it's like one of them just kind of like comes out. It's like as you can see that she's like the head of at least that group. She's like, we don't do that here. It is our custom to at least accompany you to your rooms.
Please guide us to the rooms.
Show us the way.
Oh, okay. Let's just show them the way to the rooms. As that one specifically goes over to Dahlia. I'm assuming you're going to take, your new quarters. If you want to follow me, I can take you over to, your grandfather's quarters.
Yes, I'd like to see them.
As you guys start heading upstairs, eventually Dahlia does get separated from the rest of y'all, as you all do find specific rooms that are meant for nobles, for guests.
I'm going to have, I guess, somebody take Obsidian to the stables or something.
Okay.
He gets
Horse
his own
is
room.
just following us around.
Yeah, I think he doesn't need to be
Open the door, he's just in a bath.
in the room.
Silica and Soma are a little confused by Silica's being pushed around. It's like, I don't like being here so much. Soma's just like, I don't know if I'm part of the group, but okay.
You're not.
Oh, okay. Well, he just immediately looks at the maiden and it's like, well, it's all right. And he starts heading out. He starts making his way back downstairs. As Dahlia, you get led over to a large stairway that goes up to a tower. As immediately the maiden puts in a large key inside, opens up the door, and she just pulls like these blinds right there. She's like, "You've never been allowed to go inside. There is a whole system for it, so feel free to go up there. He's always wanted his privacy."
Okay. Thank you.
She just, as you pass by, she drops the drape and she just closes the door, but she doesn't lock it behind herself.
I'm checking for traps on my way up.
Okay. Go ahead and give me the check.
I don't trust him. I don't trust anything. I certainly don't trust those council members yet. What did we say, investigation?
Perception check, if you want to look around.
Perception. Okay, cool. It was the same thing. 22.
22. As far as traps, nothing on the stairwell as you're walking up. You do notice that there's a lot of pieces of artwork on here. Believe it or not, they're very sentimental as you're going up the spiraled staircase. A lot of them are of his younger years. Some of them are when he was a warrior. Some of them was when your mother was just born. They're basically like what he considers his more emotional happy moments, and they're few and thin. So you eventually get up to a single door, but it's quite large, kind of meant for, if you assume, maybe like a smaller sized giant. I know it sounds a little weird, but as you open it up, you find yourself in basically a king's quarters. The room itself is roughly about 60 by 60, with a large, like, double California king size bed in it. There is like a huge like vanity and prep system. There is like about like 12 different armors that are on like large like war mannequins and stuff like that. There's definitely different cloaks. He's got a whole setup around the place, and it looks like there's several long swords that are mounted on the wall.
Is it like nice and tidy?
It's very clean. There's not a speck of dust anywhere.
I poke my head through the door and I look around and I go, all right, we can work with this. And then I shut the door and walk back downstairs.
Okay. The only thing you do notice up there is that there are 2 balconies. As it is on top of a higher point, there's a balcony aiming towards the east, and there's the balcony aiming towards the west. And the head of the bed is aiming towards north, so it's left and right of the bed. But you head back down. There's a note with the key left down there from the handmaiden that just says, "This now belongs to you. This will get you in and out of all the things that the king has had. It just has a golden key on it.
Noted. I pickpocket the note and I pick up the key and I walk back kind of the way I came to go up to the rooms.
Okay.
I don't know if I intercept Soma or not.
As you pick up the key, you start to notice that there's some kind of arcane enchantment on it that starts to kind of hum as you touch it. As immediately as you touch it, almost as if it's attuned itself to the person who's attuned to the actual chair, it actually gets absorbed into you.
Oh.
You now understand how it works. Basically, anywhere where only the king can enter, you don't need a key, you just need to touch the doorknob and it unlocks itself for you.
That's good to know. Okay. For now, I start walking back.
Okay.
Was it
Where are you
weird noise?
walking back to?
I know where the rooms are. I was going to look for Soma. I honestly was.
Okay. You go back down to where you met and you do not see Soma anywhere. Immediately, a couple maidens come up to you. By Queen, anything we can help you out with? Was your room not accommodating?
No, it was fine. I'm just getting my bearings again. It's been a long time since I've been here. I assume everyone went up to their rooms?
Yeah. Your brother, your friends were up there. There was a gentleman who came down. I'm not quite sure where he went, but he did not go into his room.
Do you know which direction he did go?
He went out towards the stables.
All right. Thank you.
Uh.
And is there food prepped for everyone?
It should be ready within the half an hour. You can kind of hear like dining plates and everything set up in the far dining room.
All right. I will go to the kitchen myself, grab a handful of things like some bread or something. I don't beer, ale, some little things I can carry, and then I'll go to the stables to go try to find Soma if some people want to do stuff in the meantime.
Okay. Well, that's going on. What does anybody else want to do as you get in your rooms? To give you a illustration, these rooms are all the same, obviously, depending on what side of the hallway they are. They're a little bit reversed, but they're about a quarter the size of Dahlia's room. They have a huge bed in them. They have several wardrobe closets. Each of them are enchanted to have a lock of whoever's actually in the room. Each of them have their own balcony. This balcony is about 2 floors high. And they all have a personal safe, again, attuned to whoever the actual person in the room is. It seems like everything in here is magic, including like the mirror and the vanity, but not like it's cursed. Almost kind of like a, imagine what you want to wear and maybe the closet makes it for you, kind of like that. Or the wardrobe makes it for you, I should say.
See what I've got in my drawers. Oh, how embarrassing. I am going to have a little chat with Ultimaeus.
Okay. You want to go into his world?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just going to kind of settle down, have a seat, and we're going to have a chat.
Okay. As you walk in, you see him doing his usual balancing pose as he's just standing there with his wings a little bit out. He's kind of showing himself a little bit more peacocky a bit. He's a little more cocky as he's just floating his wings around. I see that you found yourself a blade.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what to do with it. Got any ideas?
Absorb it.
How do I go about that exactly?
Connect my blade with it. It'll do the rest.
All right.
It's not being wielded by anyone, right? Just you?
That's correct. What happens then?
The blade itself gets destroyed. The soul itself gets resided back over to the Arc Chamber until the ritual is completed, and I absorb the power of the blade.
All right. Well, I guess that's... we want it we certainly don't want anybody else using it because I wasn't real impressed with how things turned out.
Just
Does that change how things are with this one? What happens after that?
well, there are two different situations you can take into account. One is the option that you are bringing to my attention. Absorbing the blade itself. Kazushimi doesn't die, but she goes to sleep and she resides back over in the Arc Chamber until ready. This is more of a force her out situation. I absorb the power, you get all the powers of the blade, as you adapt to it, of course. Otherwise, the other option, which if you do it this way you cannot do that, is if you find the cradle and you have the blade in full, it is a key. You destroy the key, you destroy a blade, you lose a key.
Key to what?
To summoning Bahamut, strip him of his power.
I see.
My housing is a bit of a, let's say, a rush, a sidestep, if you will. Either way, the process is complete. The cradle itself processes the same way. The 9 blades get put into the cradle. I am put in the center. If the ritual is complete, all the power goes to my blade just the same way, but in the process, whoever wields me at that time gets to strip out the power of Bahamut and use it as they see fit once. If you decide to absorb the power this way, it creates that ritual as a bit of a difficulty.
All right. What is it you want to see?
The same thing that my siblings want, to be free of these blades. Either way solves the problem. Not a big fan of Kazushimi the way it is, so if you have to force her out that way, then so be it. Either way, she'll eventually pass on, as when the ritual will be completed, we all will. I just want to be free. To eventually die.
That's fair enough. You seem chipper today.
Well, I mean, it's been a while since I've been so close to one of my siblings. Like I said, she's a bitch, but still, it's good to know that there's another one here. Granted, I know that you are constantly pretty close to several others. Like I said, whether or not you decide to absorb them, or you eventually find the cradle to do the ritual, it is what I hope a step closer to eventually being free of a long tormented immortality. Trust me, it's not as glorious as some people make it out to be.
Nah, don't imagine it would be. All right, well, I appreciate your time. It's not been a real good day here, so glad somebody's cheerful.
Well, I saw through everything. You all survived. Can't get much better than that.
I suppose. Didn't have to be a little more useful, but can't win them all, I guess. All right. Well, thank you.
A bit of knowledge before you go.
What's that?
You ask questions, I will give you a free piece of information. In case what the cradle does tickle your fancy. You have friends that have already found it, and they are there currently.
Who's that?
The other wielders of the blades. They are currently at the cradle at this very moment. Take that into account as you figure out what you want to do with your next step.
All right. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Feel free to come in anytime.
All right. Good night.
Good night. What about Symphony or Hades? What would you like to be doing? Or How would you like to be
They
doing
just
it?
got engaged, so they're busy.
Yeah.
Not so much a what, it's a who. The door shuts and fade to black.
Fair enough. Okay.
We nap all night.
So, Kira, is there anything else you want to do after you pull yourself out of the blade?
I think I am just going to... Oh, do I trust locking Kazushimi in this safe? I want to talk with people before I decide what to do, but I'm worried about carrying it around. I'm going to carry it around, I think. Just
Sure.
Go
keep
and
them
knock on
both.
Hades' door.
To imply, Kazushimi does not have an actual sheath.
Okay.
She has to be strapped up by 2 harnesses on her back. Or you
Okay.
can wrap her and then you can put her on her back. But nonetheless, she doesn't
I'm
have to be...
Going to wrap her up in something and then... Yeah.
Only Ryan can think of it that way. I didn't think about that until I started laughing. I was like, what the fuck is so funny? Oh.
Right?
It made his face again, and I knew.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna wrap her up in something and
Okay.
try and make her as unobtrusive as possible.
Got it. Okay. To passing Hades and Zephynia, kind of the whole thing. We go to Dahlia. Dahlia.
Safe word is Jenga.
Dahlia, as you eventually head towards the stables, that's where you're going, right? You were going to find Soma. As you go out there, he is not in there, but you do hear some horses out towards the entrance, as you do see him starting to pack up some stuff by horse, and he's starting to get ready, as it looks like one of the actual riders is prepping one out for him.
Where are you going?
He just kind of turns to you. Look, I appreciate everything you've done, but I'm clearly not welcome here. And you and your friend did a lot, and I really apologize for everything that I've done. But, might be the best that, the best apology I have is just to not be around.
Respectfully, Zephynia doesn't have jurisdiction here. So, anyone else tell you that you're not welcome?
Look, I'm not trying to start any problems. I mean, you guys are your own little family. I don't really want to get in the middle of that.
Well, let's talk for a bit. See if I can change your mind. I think there's a lot of things that have happened in the last 20 plus years that put us on the same page, and we just don't realize it yet.
All right.
I don't know when the last time you've eaten this, but I brought this, and she holds up like a basket of things and some like a bottle of ales in it and bread and some like cheese and like a whole thing of salami because she just snatched it and left.
He's just like, I am quite famished. He just kind of like walks with you over to like an area that there's kind of like a bench and some chairs and courtyard kind of like that, and he just kind of sits down, starts drinking some of the ale, and tries to be very genuinely about the food, but he is famished. He just can't help but just like eat really fast.
I let him take a moment to eat because it's kind of how Dahlia felt when she got out of the Cacopial situation. So she empathizes. And after a moment, she just starts I was wrong about you. And it took over 20 years to figure that out. I, never really planned on what to say, so this is weird, but I am sorry. I based my whole perception of you around a vision with no context. And people's opinions and maybe a bit of jealousy. And that wasn't fair. And it took me also being under her control, doing her bidding, doing horrors I can't even bring myself to talk about yet, still. To understand that in the vision, I never saw you. I saw what she made you do. And I judged you for that. I never realized that I'd be in that position too. And how powerless you are as you watch yourself do those things. And how it can ruin relationships and hurt people that you care about. And how they may not know any better. It just sucks, and I am sorry for the way I treated you.
He finally slows down chewing, and then he eventually just kind of puts down and takes a napkin and cleans himself up. He looks at you. There's been so much shit on either side. Just bygones speak of bygones. I can't hold grudges anymore. There's no reason for it. Just need her to be dead.
When I was freed from her, while under her control, I was put in a dreamscape. And I had everything I ever wanted. I had my fiance back, I had kids, and I had a family out in the cottage, and I was happy. And when I was freed, I thought I still had that because I thought it was real. It felt so real. And I ran out through a portal into Averant. And I spent 8 months slowly realizing that what my life was fake. And the things that I thought were a nightmare were real. And ever since then, everything I thought I had to live for was not there. So I had to find something new to live for. So, killing Deimos was one of those things. And we succeeded at that tonight. And killing Kokobiel is the other. If that's what you also want, then we are allies. But the champion of the Shadowfell was not just something that was to get Zephinia to not kill you again. That was a real thing. I know it's not somewhere in Averant, but if you need time away from Averant, which honestly I feel like I need right now, and you need somewhere safe, that is here. If we want to wipe the slate clean, then let's do it. You don't have to run. There's nothing to run from.
Well, guess I can stay in one spot for a little bit.
Do you have anywhere to go?
No. Everyone's dead.
Yeah. So you have nobody right now.
No. The only people I had left you guys were familiar with and killed them. But rightfully so. But who knows how much would have changed if I knew what I knew now. If I knew what darkness lived within everyone.
I wish a lot that I knew then what I know now. But we can't fix that. We can't undo what we've done. We can only accept it and learn from it and move forward. I know I'm not alone anymore. And you're not alone either. And I put a hand on his shoulder. Unfortunately, we now have a lot in common. And there's a lot of things that you're probably the only person that would understand.
Probably. So, champion, what does that entail?
I have no idea. I made it up on the spot. I figured that existed somewhere, so we'll just have to write it into the rules. But a hand of the queen and some sort of leader of the royal guard. Kind of what I was thinking.
Sword. It's hard to say to be a champion or to be a leader without having a weapon. You just gave it over to your friend. I'll have to figure something out. All right.
Well, I went and looked in the king's chambers, and he has a lovely wall full of undoubtedly enchanted weapons you could choose from. Or I have...
You're allowing me to go up to your chamber room?
I mean, I can show you right now if you want. It needs a bunch of renovations. It's very Damos. Just went and looked. There's armor, weapons.
Calling me intrigued. Lead on.
All right.
Okay, fellas.
Take him up to Damos's playhouse. Oh, that was so much worse. Something that should have stayed in my brain. I didn't think that would go there. No, stop it, Ben. Stop it, Ben.
Strap on.
Okay.
I take him to the king's chambers.
Okay. He really goes up and he looks around. It's like, damn. Fucking place is huge. And this is all yours now?
Yeah, if the council members don't try to murder me or poison me somehow. I can tell that they are thinking about it, probably.
Well, I guess it's part of a job of a Soma champion to make sure it doesn't happen.
I figured you could be at the council meeting tomorrow. Just in case that happens.
I guess I wouldn't miss it. As he immediately goes to the wall and he looks at the swords. So he picks up one that grabs his attention right away. Just kind of pulls it down. He starts spinning it. Move it around. This is more of a straight, like, long sword than a great sword. Your grandfather had some good taste.
He did like the finer things from the handful of times I've been around him. Whatever you want, it's yours.
Really? I mean,
If
save
you're
me,
gonna be
then
my
you give me.
champion, I want you to have the best stuff.
All right. So he takes the blade and he puts it in his sheath and he puts it on his side.
There's armor if you want it. I don't know.
Starts
for
like
it.
looking around.
I mean, I'm carrying most of this down anyway. I don't like red. I like purple.
Just kind of like looks at himself. It's like, I'm pretty comfortable without wearing heavy armor. Too restrictive. Well, what now?
Are you gonna go sleep in the stables, or are you going to go take one of the guest rooms?
I mean, I can take one of the guest rooms. Yeah, sure. I just felt a little bit out of place, I guess.
Okay. I'll take you to your guest chambers.
Okay. He starts leading you on.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't trust that Zephinia's not gonna try to kill you in the middle of the night.
Yeah, and I need some
And
good
frankly,
sleep.
I don't trust that the council members are not gonna murder me in the middle of the night. So, don't take this the wrong way. But I'll take a couch. You can have the bed.
How about a counter offer? No couch. We share a bed.
I look to where I think Zephinia probably is.
As he just immediately detaches the sword and immediately just like goes in, not even looking for vibes, as he immediately goes in.
Goes in for what?
Full, like, well, we start off with kissing, obviously. I'm not going to go in for, like, just strip it all off. Let's do this.
Dolly does not pull away immediately, but after a moment she does. And she's like, hold on. Champion of the Shadowfell. No. Not like that.
Like what?
There's been a lot that's happened today. I will take a couch. You can have the bed.
That is not right. You take the bed, I'll take the couch.
It's my house and I'm queen. Or I'm just leaving to Sylvania, which neither of us really want to happen.
Far be it for me to argue with the queen, as he starts just stripping right in front of you.
Go into the bathroom! We're not doing this! Dahlia regrets this decision.
Alright, and he starts laying in the bed.
She's gonna stay up for a bit. 1, to make sure he goes to sleep. 2, to make sure Zephinia doesn't come and try to kill him. And 3, because she's got to process all that shit because she wasn't ready for it. And she's not going to tell anybody.
Okay. You can't tell if he's fallen asleep yet. His eyes are closed. He's laying on his back. He's kind of like laying like this, where he's just kind of like, he kind of went into kind of like a pondering mode while he was trying to close his eyes. You sound like he's silent. His eyes are closed.
Eventually, she'll dig out a book because she's not really feeling tired anymore. And she's going to read.
Okay.
For most of the night.
Okay. All right. I guess the only person who is solo, Dira, is there anything left you want to do for the rest of the night before you go to sleep? Or, I guess we never did have the actual dinner, but, you know, I assume nobody showed up
that's
for
where
it.
I thought we were going.
Yeah.
But...
Just no
So
one showed
I'd
up
actually,
for it.
I think
Sorry,
actually,
I assumed they were bringing food to people's rooms. That was my intention.
No.
And we can retcon world 3.
Poor
We can-
Dira is sitting there in the dining room.
Yeah,
like,
if it was communicated to
my
me that
friend.
there's food in the dining room, I'm going to, I'm going to go to the trouble, wrap up the sword, strap it on my back, make sure it's very unobtrusive, go down the dining room,
Okay.
wait for everybody.
Go down there.
Well,
You're
I'll wait a
sitting.
few minutes, and then I'll just eat. I
Hold a
guess they're not
pineapple.
coming.
Eventually, at this point, each room hears like a little bell inside that just kind of goes off. I can't sleep with that bell going off. What is going on?
I totally fucking forgot there was supposed to be a dinner.
Ugh.
You don't have to come.
Champion's got to stand by the queen. Stands up, butt ass naked. Just going to get his clothes.
Dahlia averts her fucking eyes. I'm gonna demote you if you don't calm down.
Like, it's really hot around here. What do you want me to do?
Deal with it.
Puts
I'm
on his
going to walk
clothes,
out of his
puts
room.
on the sword. Like, I'm ready. Doesn't take that long to put the clothes on. I don't got armor.
I go to walk out of his room, and then I need to make sure that certain other people aren't out there because I don't want this to look like something it's not. That it's definitely not. Is the coast clear?
The coast is clear.
All right, then I walk out.
I drop invisibility.
Z drops down from the ceiling. Stab attack!
Do you guys bother interrupting your current moments for the bell?
Endeavors?
Yes, for the bell. Or you just like, can eat
Not
later.
really hungry.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna leave at least 3 jokes alone right now.
All right. So
That takes immense restraint, so yeah.
For this guy.
Dahlia and then eventually Soma come down.
Does Silic come down at all?
Silk does eventually. Like about a couple minutes after you guys, as he looks like super tired,
I think we kind of all do.
as he just kind of like
That's
sits
the-
down.
That's definitely Dara. She's just kind of.
As he unfortunately has the room right next to theirs. He's like, I get it that they just proposed, but they need to calm the fuck down.
Oh, it's a castle. It should have thicker walls than that.
Not that thick. Not that thick. Also, yeah.
Yeah, if it's anything like Silic's house, I don't think thicker walls are going to help.
Yeah, I don't have an expensive
Maybe
place.
somebody should cast silence on him.
Yeah, well, the person would be able to cast silence. The person in progress.
Yeah, well,
If anything, I think he's
Sorry about
actively
that.
making himself louder.
oh,
So on to better dinner discussions.
yeah.
Dear, is your room okay?
My room is it's fine. It's a room. It's real nice. I had a little talk with my sword. And I don't know. I still don't know if I can really trust him. But it seems like either it can completely absorb this one or it can keep it for this ritual, whatever that is. He said I got friends already there with blades.
Well, the other wielders are the ones that I met a little bit ago. They have the other blades.
Oh, those folks that... Oh, that makes sense. So I guess it's time to decide, do we want this ritual thing to happen? I still don't understand what it's all about. Something about stripping Bahamut's power?
Soma immediately interrupts. Yeah, there is a ritual that while I was under control I was supposed to complete. It's one of the reasons why I was supposed to attack you was to retrieve your swords.
Well, if they wanted you to do it, maybe it shouldn't get done.
Oh. There's a whole setup. There's apparently some kind of cradle somewhere in this world. It's essentially where all the Bahamut's power comes from. I guess if you get all...
That's what Ultimate said.
Yeah, I guess if you got all 9 blades, you got the blade that you have, you put it in there. It's a key. It drains Bahamut of his powers, and the wielder gets his powers for a temporary amount of time.
Temporary? Well, that ain't been mentioned. That's a little bit less
Well,
alarming.
I think the idea is it's only
what
temporary.
happens after that?
But no one knows. I assume that whoever has the power, the reason why it's temporary is they probably die after some time. Power is probably so great that they can't handle it.
What, go back to Bahamut? What's the point?
No, I think the idea is that Bahamut would be dead at that point. The powers themselves would just, I guess, disappear.
What's it all for?
Well, theoretically, what Cocopia wanted to do was get the swords, activate it, and she wanted the power to get her rights back to reset the world as she sees fit.
Right.
Bahamut was the one that took it away from her. She wants it back. Theoretically, anybody that gets his power is allowed to use his magic for anything. He's not able to control it all, but he is the god of the 9 realms. Use your imagination. Think of it like the greatest wish spell. But in this case, it has quite a ramification depending on the user. I think based on Cocopula, if she had it, she'd probably survive the effect. You, me, any of us here, we're mortals. Who knows what it would do to us?
No. I don't really know why that's something we want to do. I mean, Bahamut ain't doing nothing here now, is he?
No. But many things that I've read, problem is once the problem of his daughters are taken care of, what does he do? Does he start it back over again? You gotta assume the man gets bored up there. Some people just want to take it away from him because they don't want a god with that much power. You can think of it, he's a god over gods. No one ever encounters him unless he deems it so. And no one knows what he truly wants. By a snap of his finger, he could just kill us all if he sees fit. No one wants that power to be happening in one person.
Didn't he start it all? Or is that not true either?
I mean, he can.
I mean, at the beginning. Where did he come from?
The only thing I know is there was realms before ours and he came from those. Somehow they all got destroyed due to some kind of calamity and him and his daughters were the only ones that survived. He created these worlds with what magic he had left. Since he was the first one to create them, he slowly started gaining his own power. But I'm assuming that in those realms he was simply just a wizard.
What do y'all think? I don't understand any of this. I don't know if we
Donnie's
should
just
leave well
pushing
enough
food around on her
alone.
plate, zoned out.
Silik's just
No.
like, Silik's just like, well, you have that sword for a reason. As he's pointed to you, Dira. Realistically, I don't think it's up to us. I think it's up to you. And if it's not up to you, and you want to leave it up to everybody, it's probably best that we get the opinions of the other wielders as well.
That makes sense.
I think realistically, and this is Silik talking, I think realistically, you're giving yourself two options. Either you take the power of all the blades, as he points at himself, he points at Dahlia.
Huh.
You take the power and do what you see fit with it, whatever that means. Or you find the others that have the swords. And we figure out what to do with them. They clearly know where the cradle is.
He said they're already there.
I mean, last time I saw them was the last time you guys saw them. They were at the battle over on the bridge. So either that means that they found the cradle back over in Heartwind, or the cradle was over in Averant, or New Averant. Those are the only two spots they could have been in that sort of time.
Well, I guess we could find that out, but I don't know. I'm going to have to sleep on it, but thank y'all for say this. I have this thing for a reason. I sure as hell don't understand what it is.
Well,
but I think you're right. I think we ought. Are they all accounted for now? Are there any we don't know about?
I'm pretty sure they're all clinging for except for Anima.
Him. Well,
Anima's the only one that's a bit of a stickler, as he is not actually in the sword. But he is a bit of a mystery that, in Soma mentions, not even I really knew much about Anima. All I know is that where he usually stays. But I have no idea why he's not in a sword, and I have no idea what his plan is, or what he's even trying to do. I just know you guys had some altercations with him.
that's one way of putting it. Well, if I didn't think about that. We can't get him with his sword. It don't matter none anyway.
No. We just need the sword that he has. Just because he's not in it doesn't mean it matters. We just need his sword. Then the process take care of itself from there. But I know where he usually resides, and that's actually usually here in the Shadowfell. So I think that's up to you. And the good thing is, as he points over to Silik, Silik just looks confused. We have a way to get back and forth. If needed, we can try to figure out where the others are, figure out from there, figure out if we want to even try to find Anima.
Do we need to?
I don't know how else we'd get his sword, but we got to decide first, I guess, if that's the thing we want to do. But that means talking to the others. But if he's here, we'd want to get him his sword first. I don't know. It's chicken and egg and chicken, and I am so tired.
Supposed to meet with the council tomorrow morning. I was going to invite everyone to be a part. I figured maybe we can talk about it after.
Silik finishes his food as he steps up. Yeah, I'll be down here in the morning. Till then, I need to get some sleep. Bid y'all good do.
I think we all do. Good night.
As he goes over, he looks at Dara. Good night. Soma. Good night. My queen. Yeah, it's gonna be weird. Good night. And he just starts walking off.
Good night. So,
Y'all are gods and queens, and I'm just me, and I got this sword, and I'm supposed to decide all this? Who thought that was a good idea?
You have the most important role of us all.
Then I guess I most better get some sleep.
Soma stands up. Yeah, I need to get some sleep myself.
Dahlia gets up too. Alrighty then. We'll
night,
meet with the
all.
council tomorrow.
Find out what other fresh hell's going on. There's always something.
Isn't there always? Good night, dear.
Good night, Your Majesty.
Oh, it's weird. Still weird.
Better get used to it.
It's just Dahlia for you. For everyone.
Fair enough. Good
For all
night.
y'all. Go with Soma back to his room.
And I head up and go to bed.
Okay. Yeah, Soma stops over at his room and is like, you know what? I'm going to try to see if I can push through it. Starts unlocking the door
Push.
and open. Well, you hear that noise. You want to hear that all night? I'll try to plug my ears. If they can deal with it, I can deal with it.
There's other guest rooms.
They'll be fine. Good night.
Look, earlier. We can't do that.
I forgot all about it.
Right. Look, we just got back on good terms, and you're my champion now. I'm the queen. We'll just professional
Professional, of course.
friends.
Friends. Good night. As he closes the door.
Good night. I just look down the hallway. I'm not at the king's quarters, and I just go take a random spare room.
Oh, you okay? Okay.
I don't trust that the council's not going to pull some shit on me. All right, I'm keeping it nice and safe.
Fair enough. Okay. All right. As everybody has a long rest of sorts, we'll end it there.
Of sorts?
Well, some people might not actually be sleeping, but I'll give them a long rest.
We're not animals. We sleep at some point.
Best 2 hours of sleep of your life.
So we do get our long rest?
You do get your long rest, yes. So,
Look, stuff for a bit, then sleep for 6 hours, and then more stuff.
stuff and stuff.
Yeah, stuff and things.
Yeah, stuff things. All right, everybody. Thank you for jumping in and watching. Do not forget we have Echoes tomorrow. Do not forget about 5 Bar on Thursday. If you still want a chance to win the Play at the Castle, please come in before 6:30 to get yourself a ticket. Otherwise, if you already got some, make sure they're by 7 to see who wins. And then everybody, do not forget that Friday is Star Wars again. So we'll be playing Star Wars at 6:30 Central Time, as 6:30 is always our golden time. So, everybody have a fantastic night, and we will see you tomorrow.